again to Still Point 1210, where we pause together to breathe, to reset, and to rise. Each still point unfolds in 3 gentle movements: a 7 to 10 minute meditation to settle the body and the breath, a 12 to 15 minute reflection to open the heart and the mind, and a 3 to 5 minute moment of thankfulness to carry with you unto the rest of your day. You're invited to stay for the whole journey or to join us for just one part. There's no right way to be here, only your way. And this is your time to breathe, to reset, and to rise. Spiritual tradition reminds us that life can begin again. The breath itself is a small resurrection. Each inhale, a new life arriving. Each exhale is a letting go of what no longer needs to be carried. So today we enter a still point practice. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to receive future still point sessions and to stay connected. As we begin this gentle practice, it's meant to support your awareness and centering and calm, not intended to replace anything medical or mental health care. Let's begin by simply noticing our breath. My friend, you're not changing it yet. You're only noticing it. If you are seated, place your feet flatly on the floor or settle into a position that feels steady and supported. Allow your spine to lengthen, not rigid, but just awake. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. As you breathe in, notice that both hands rise gently. And as you breathe out, notice them fall. Stay with this for a few breaths. This is our first step to ready ourselves. Neurologically, this is awareness that's interrupting the autopilot of our brains and in our minds. The brain begins to shift out of habitual looping, and the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that allows for reflection and choice, begins to come back online. Nothing has changed yet, but something important has happened. You have returned to your breath and to presence. Now, we begin gently to regulate the breath. Let your shoulders soften. Let the jaw unclench. Let your legs release their grip as we move into a slow breathing rhythm. And we breathe in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2. Now breathe out slowly for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause again at the bottom for 3, 2, 1. Notice the pause at maximum inhale and the pause at maximum exhale. These pauses are powerful moments of regulation. They signal safety to the nervous system. As you exhale, imagine that you're fogging a mirror as you just continue to breathe. A warm, gentle exhalation through the nose as a and this activates the vagus nerve, the 10th cranial nerve that travels from the brainstem down through the heart and digestive system. When stimulated, the vagus nerve activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest, restore, and be still state. This is the nervous system standing down. The amygdala reduces threat signaling. Cortisol begins to drop in the body. And the body learns that it does not need to remain braced. Stay within this rhythm for several rounds. My friend, there is nothing to force, nothing to fix, just breath. You may also choose a breath watchword, a gentle word or short phrase to help you return if your mind begins to wander. Perhaps it is peace. Be still. Be still and know. Be here now. You do not need to repeat it constantly. Just let it be there, a quiet place to return. Now, as you begin to lengthen the exhale slightly, let your shoulders drop again. Let the jaw soften. Let the body release what it has been holding on to. And stay with the breath rhythm. Inhaling for 4. Pause for 2. Exhale for 6. And just pause for 3. As you exhale, return to your breath watchword. Now, if thoughts arise, simply notice them and let them go. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to fix them. Just return to the breath. Return to your word. And with each exhale, you may quietly ask, what can I release in this moment? What tension? What worry? What heaviness? You're not forcing release. You're allowing it. Just as the stone was rolled away from the tomb of Lazarus, sometimes the first step toward new life is simply letting go of something else and moving it aside. Remain here for several breaths. Then take a moment, just when you're ready, just to write a word or a short phrase. What am I releasing now? No explanation, no judgment, just naming. Now allow the breath to soften. Instead of pulling the breath in, just let it arrive. Imagine that the breath is gently knocking at the door and you simply open. You simply receive. Receiving is not effort. Receiving is allowing. You're receiving this moment exactly as it is. This breath, this stillness, the support of the chair beneath you, the ground beneath your feet, and stay with this rhythm. Allow the pause to fill the space and of the stillness to enter within. These small pauses mirror the deeper pauses we need in life, moments where something new can enter in. Your body now is relaxing. The moves into parasympathetic regulation, and the brain begins forming new associations. Calm is safe. Presence is possible. You're not reaching for calm. You're just letting calm arise in you. Something else is happening here, and it's remarkable. We often assume that the brain is the first center of intelligence in the body, but the first connection is actually the heart. The heart contains its own network of neurons, sometimes called the heart brain, and these neurons communicate directly with the brain. The heart also holds and forms memory. Memories that influence how we perceive the world, how we feel, and how we respond. The heart is also the most powerful generator of electromagnetic energy in the human body. And this energy radiates outward from us and is received by those around us, both people and animals. And the rhythm of the heart changes depending on our emotions. Stress and anxiety create erratic patterns, but emotions like appreciation, compassion, and joy create small and smooth, coherent rhythms. And when the heart enters this space of coherence, the mind quiets, stress decreases, intuition increases, and the whole body moves into alignment. So now, bring one hand to your heart and continue just breathing. Bring to memory perhaps joy or appreciation. Perhaps somewhere that you've been at a beach, or a friend who's made you laugh. A place in nature. Let the memory come alive and feel the sun, hear the sounds, smell the air. Allow the heart to remember. Stay with that feeling while you continue to breathe, and the synchronization with the heart and the brain and the nervous system continues. Mind, body, and spirit begin to move into harmony. Now begin to widen your awareness. Notice your feet on the floor and your hands. Notice the breath that's moving naturally, and you're not leaving that breath behind, you're carrying it with you. Your mind and body are integrated, and you're not leaving the world. We are returning to the world whole. Just as Lazarus stepped from the tomb and back into life, we return to this moment. And we return to this moment renewed. Take a moment now to notice how you feel. No judgment, just awareness. Perhaps you might want to write a word or a short phrase that describes what you're feeling now. Perhaps it's calm or steadiness. Perhaps it's simply present. And when we name the experience, the nervous system encodes it. The body learns this state is available to me. And like the story of Lazarus reminds us, life can begin again, one breath at a time. Now, if you feel drawn to stay in the quiet a wee bit longer, you're welcome to do so. And if you need to move on with your day, go gently and carry this moment of pause with you. Just simply notice what you have received here and allow it to travel with you until the rest of your day. And if you're able, stay for this moment of reflection. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Horse and Soul Connection. I'd like you to be seated in a very comfortable chair with your back supported, your feet flat on the floor, and your hands open in your lap, and just begin by taking a few deep breaths in through the nose, pausing at the maximum inhalation, letting the breath out through the nose, pausing at the maximum exhale, and breathing in deeply again. Just take a few deep breaths. You have now come to my farm. We've just finished a lovely cup of tea in the house, and we're going to walk down to my barn. I'd like you to imagine the crisp, fresh air embracing you as you walk out the door and head to the barn. As you draw near, your senses dance with the smell of the hay, the sound of the horses eating, and as you walk in the barn, their heads pop up in their stalls, and you feel your heart race. This is the point where the horse and the soul connect. This is where you open to possibilities that you don't even know exist within you. You see, the horses deeply know that what Emerson says is so true. What lies behind you and what lies before you are of little matter to what lies within you. There is a harmony within you, an inner balance, an inner strength. Even though you may have felt the distractions and disruptions, you've been continually rushed and overbooked, you can now take a deep breath and be fully present and be here now. The horses know. They know the moment that you're walking into the barn, and they sense your need. And in their quiet, majestic presence, they ask you to draw near. Don't hesitate. Don't allow the itty-bitty, shitty committee in your head to begin to natter and to berate you. That committee that wants you to believe that the horses are just an animal. How can this horse help me? I look foolish standing there just looking at one. Yet the horse is the best reflection of your life right now, and the fastest way to get beyond those feelings that are suffocating you and help you to breathe and to live your deepest desires. As you look into the stall, the horse that has been so busy eating raises his head and gently blows out a deep breath that sounds like the breaching sound of a whale. Powerful, physical release of tension drops from your body, and without conscious knowledge, you have now connected your heart and soul in this moment through the breath of a horse. He sticks his nose over the top of the stall, and you cannot help but laugh. The nose is so big and curious, and as you reach out to touch the end of it, it's soft like velvet. Yet it is the eyes of the horse that draw you in like the mirror of a lake. Deep ancestral wisdom reflects back to you there. You actually see your reflection in that eye. And this reflection is not the same one you saw in the mirror this morning. This is the reflection of promise and possibility. Something has immediately shifted within you that assures you you are safe to be vulnerable and to be present now. Just simply be in this moment. The worries of your life fade as you become lost, yet somehow found within the steady, majestic presence of this being. And you feel yourself take a deep, deep, deep breath like you've never felt before and have done so rarely in your busy life. Listen, the horse is mirroring your very essence, the breath, the sacred, empowering, magnificent breath of life, of the horse and the soul connection. I'd like you to imagine fibres coming out of your heart and attaching to the horse's heart in front of you. Feel that connection. You now have heart, horse and soul connection. It's deep and it's powerful. And the horse asks you to take a journey with him, to journey to a place that's safe and sacred. Look around. What do you see? Perhaps you're standing in a meadow of gentle flowing grasses that are moving in the winds. To the south, right in front of you, is a lake with a bubbling brook going into it. You can hear the waves crashing back and forth, just gently against the sands and the shore. To your right, as you look over to the west, you see a beautiful forest, and standing at its edge is a stag, is a deer looking at you, just gently and quietly. And behind you, as you look to the north, you see a giant mountain and the mountain tops, and hear an eagle as it flies over the top of the mountain. And then to the east there's a crag. You jump upon your horse's back and he rides, he carries you up to the top of that crag where you can look upon the world and see everything. In those moments you have peace, power, presence, protection. When you look around, you see a herd of horses behind you. One of them comes forward. Just notice what colour it is, what the colour of its mane is. And you put out your hand and touch the velvet nose, and the horse has a gift for you. What might that gift be? What is your heart's longing? What is the message for you today? You give thanks to the horse for this message, for your spirit guide, your Anamkara, your soul friend. You give thanks and bid them adieu and jump back onto your horse, riding back through the meadow, and you've arrived back at the stall. You have received a precious gift, a moment of peace, a moment of clarity, with hope and with promise. Give thanks to your horse now that has taken you on this journey. You look deeply into his eye again and see the depth of that connection that will never be lost truly. And in this moment, you just release those heart fibers, allow them to go back into your heart and into the horses. They will never be separated. Whenever you need to travel to this quiet space, to ask a question again, to receive a gift, a message, you can always go back again. You can feel grounded, you can feel present, you can feel safe. Thank you for visiting my farm, for meeting my horses, and for taking this journey with me. Towards thankfulness, not the kind that forces positivity, just a gentle noticing of what is already here. Perhaps there is a person in your life who has walked beside you when things were difficult. Perhaps there's a small moment from today, a conversation, a bit of sunlight, a quiet breath that reminds you life is still moving forward. Maybe the blessing is simply that you are here now, breathing, aware, still part of the unfolding story of your life. My friend, take another slow breath in, and as you breathe out, bring to mind one thing again that you're thankful for. Let that sense of gratitude settle into your heart, because gratitude has a way of softening the mind and settling the body. As you return to the rest of your day, carry this awareness with you. Life, my friend, is unfolding. Hope still finds its way into unexpected places. And sometimes the next chapter begins with something as simple as breath and a moment of thankfulness. If this practice speaks to you, you're welcome to subscribe to my YouTube channel and pause with us again. Feel free to share this moment with somebody you think might need it today. Breathe and reset and rise this day. And until next time, walk slowly, listen deeply, speak gently, and receive the world with an open heart and a smile. God bless you, my friend.